Oh, howdy all, grab yourself a beer, it's time for some Path of Exile discussion. So even though I've been liking 3.15 quite a lot so far, which is obviously contentious within the community, a fair number of people that have liked Path of Exile in the past haven't liked this league at all, there is one thing that I want to be much more negative about, and that is the Midnight Pact Mystery Box, or mystery boxes in general. These are a really bad value proposition, which is what I want to demonstrate with this video. And it also runs a risk of being a pretty predatory model for some people. So, most online discussion around loot boxes tends to focus on ones that are quite a lot more predatory than the ones that are in Path of Exile. So a lot of them have undisclosed odds, and can have, in some cases, even can have various in-game rewards that you can't get any other way, power-enhancing items, and also things that have real-world value sometimes. So those get criticized as just pure gambling, and for all of the reasons that people might be critical of online gambling in general. But I'm going to focus not on the ethical side, but just solely on the value proposition here, because I think there's a lot of stuff about the ethical side that's available already, and it's stuff that is widely available, and also a lot of them are genuinely a lot worse. A lot of games are a lot worse than Path of Exile in that front. What I want to do is say that if you're the sort of person that does have good impulse control, you know that you're not going to spend money you can't afford on these things. I still want to try and argue to you that these are not going to be a good value proposition for you, unless you're in a pretty unusual situation. So, the mystery boxes, as always, have the best artwork, and this is not an accident. The various things that are available in this kit will be like, they look fantastic, especially some of the combined set of wings, I thought, but other people will have different opinions of what they like. I think most people will find something in this kit that they really do like, and they really do desire to have. And that's deliberate. So let's have a look at the way that GGG make money out of these mystery boxes, because I don't think it's the way people think that they make money. Most people that discuss the mystery boxes think of this as being that GGG make most of their money from the couple of percent of people that buy a stupendous number of them. So, they think, oh yeah, it'll be some kid with mummy and daddy's credit card that buys 300 mystery boxes, or it will be someone that's, just in a bad place emotionally, and that buys 1,000 of them because they were just determined to get the whole set. Individual cases like that happen, but I think that the primary reason that these mystery boxes exist is to get people to spend down their points balance. And that's because you'll find that over the next few weeks, GGG will keep releasing more and more microtransactions, some of which will be must-haves for some people. And what they would rather is that you have no points in your point balance, or that you have, less than 30 when those new microtransactions come out. And then at that point, you need to put more money into the system. You need to either buy loose a la carte points, which are deliberately a worse value proposition, or buy a supporter pack, which is a larger purchase that's a better value proposition. And I think that that is, generally speaking, GGG's primary goal with the loot boxes, is to get people to fritter away the rest of their points, so that then when the next big thing comes out, it ends up costing quite a bit more to purchase. So let's say that they put out some set of some alternate skill effect. Let's say it's an alternate herald that they put out in a couple of weeks' time, that pretty much, that 10% of the player base want to buy. If those players have existing points, GGG aren't going to make any direct revenue from it. Whereas if they have no existing points, then you'll see that there'll be a spike in sales of supporter packs at that point. And that will be because they're going to buy a supporter pack, then they're going to buy this herald, and then often they'll fritter away the remaining points that they don't have any immediate use for on more mystery boxes. So it's just basically having a very low price thing in the store that players want, that players can see some value to in large quantities. That's the reason that they're there. So let's talk about the numbers now. The rarity system is very upfront on these mystery boxes. There are 14 different rare items, there are 12 different uncommons, and there are 12 different commons. So just getting a rare item is only a 1 in 5 chance. And so it can look like it's a good value proposition. Assuming that you want everything here, then you could get the lowest cost thing you could get is the scavenger portal or the overseer portal. And so the first rare items, like buying 5 packs. Sorry, when I say packs, I mean boxes. Buying 5. That's Magic the Gathering. My Magic the Gathering pass coming back. Buying 5 of these will, on average, get you 1 rare. And so if you got the Overseer portal and you were going to buy that anyway, then at that point, it's not too bad a value proposition. But then after that, if you were to buy 5 more, you would have a chance of getting a second Overseer portal, which would be a total waste of points. And you would start to find that you would be getting less and less value out of them. And chances are you don't want everything here. Maybe you just like the scavenger stuff and you don't like the Overseer stuff, or vice versa. So let's just say, for argument's sake, that you want just the scavenger set. So you want the scavenger body armor. You want the scavenger back attachment. You don't really care about the tail attachment. You don't care about the character effect. You don't care about the weapon effect, or the portal. You just want the body armor and the back attachment. How many boxes is it going to take you on average to get both of them? Well, now you are looking at only 1 in 7 of the rares being what you want. And so getting one of these two is going to take you on average 35 mystery boxes. Then, once you've got that one, you now only want one of them. And so your next one is going to be 1 in 70. I've done all the numbers in the Excel spreadsheet that you see on the right-hand side of the screen there. And that gives you a bit of a sense as to how many boxes you will need on average to get the whole set of things you desire. So if you desire, let's say that you desire 7 different ones from the rare list, it's going to take you 181 mystery boxes on average to get it. Now keep in mind that this is an average. It takes you 14.7 labyrinth trials on average to get flagged for the Eternal Labyrinth at the moment. But there are plenty of players that are not flagged after 25 trials have been found in maps. And that's because variance is really high. When the last step is 1 in 70, it is entirely possible, in fact, not just possible, 9% of people, roughly, 9% of people will not have it by the time that they've bought about 200 of the mystery boxes. And even by the time that you've bought, even by the time you bought 350 mystery boxes, if you're chasing just one thing, you still have a very realistic possibility of not having it. And so that is why they are a trap. That is why they are not a good deal if you only want a couple of things. When does this change? It can change a little bit if you want pretty much everything in the box and you know when to stop. This is the very rare case in which purchasing mystery boxes can be a good value proposition. So let's say that you want you want everything, and you are also capable of doing all the maths necessary to work out the expected value of each box and to work out a stopping point. Then at that point you can say, yeah, maybe it's a reasonable deal. But keep in mind that these are the prices when they're at full price. These quoted prices are full price. Most people that buy Path of Exile microtransactions tend to wait until they become available at a discount. And as a result, you'll find that, for instance, the scavenger footprints won't cost you 80 points in the future. They might be 50 on sale and 80 when at full price. And chances are, if you want them, you will just end up paying 50 for them, not 80. The other thing that you need to factor in is that the various armor pieces, so here, when I say armor, I mean the helmet, the boots, the gloves, and the chest armor. These will be sold as a bundle, and that bundle will cost 60 points less than the sum of the pieces of the bundle. Sorry, not 60, 120 points less. Usually, I think it's normally 420 for the bundle and 540 for the pieces a la carte. So on that basis, it is an even worse value proposition. Let's say that you get really lucky and your very first box that you open has the scavenger body armor in it. That's very lucky, but let's just say it happens to you. Now, it's to complete the set at full price is going to cost you 290 points. But if you didn't have the body armor and you just waited until you could purchase them at full price a la carte, it would have cost you 420. And so that means that luck that you got there, all it has done is saved you 130 points. But you've also paid 30 for the shot at it. So you're only saving 100 points, and that's on the extremely good luck of getting the scavenger body armor on your first box, your very first box. So, with all of that in mind, I think you can say that unless you want pretty much everything in the box, it's a bad value proposition. And You also want to be in a situation where you would not be patient enough to wait for the items you want to go on sale, and you want multiples of the various hideout decorations. If you're in that situation, if you fit all of those categories, you want pretty much everything, you want the hideout decorations in multiple, and you would not be willing to wait until the items go on sale in 5 months from today. So, go on a markdown. Then in that case, it's not too bad a deal to buy a bunch of them. I don't think that's going to be many of my viewers. I don't think it's going to be very many people in the player base at all. But as I say, there will be a few individuals like that. Ultimately, though, I think for most people, all you should do with these is when you get a gift with purchase one, open it and don't do anything else with them. And if you get something from those gift with purchase ones that you would have otherwise bought, fantastic. But if you don't worry about it. You haven't missed out on much. Just buy the things, buy the individual ones that you want when they're available, and otherwise leave your points sitting in your account and don't fritter them away on random stuff. Just buy the stuff you actually want. All right, that's my thoughts on the mystery boxes. If you've got comments or questions, definitely fire away below. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it there. May your Varlorbs have interesting results.